Today's question: how do I make wise decisions? Sometimes making not wise decisions is unavoidable. You know, we make mistakes, we're human, we're not perfect, no such thing. No, not for humans. So we're gonna make mistakes, and that's alright, we learn from them, usually. If you don't, then you probably make it again, and which you don't want to do, because chaos. That's all I can say right now. Chaos is what ensues from making not wise decisions over and over again. So I'm going to teach you how to make them so they're wise. The first step to making a wise decision would be to think about the consequences. Okay, here's a scenario. Say your teacher fails you because you never turned in the work. Instead of going to their house and setting it on fire, because you know the consequences of that would be arson, go to jail, such and such, and you still have the F, so no, none of that. So common sense mainly is what I'm talking about right here. You need to use common sense, and if you don't know common sense, look it up. Look it up online, dictionary.com, because you need to know. Some things you just don't do. And if you do them, you might be a little insane, and you might just need some help for that. And it's okay to get help if you're a little insane. I'm a little insane, but I wouldn't do that because I know the consequences, and I fear jail, and I fear life in prison, even though prison, you know, they have TV and good meals and all that. But no, it's still not high on the social ladder for me right now, so I don't want to be in jail. So if you don't want to be in jail, think about the consequences of your actions. The second step to making wise decisions would be to think of others before you think about yourself. Don't be greedy with it. Just think about others, how it'll affect others. Here's another scenario. You can either choose to vote for this man running for office who wants to clean up the streets, provide, I don't know, welfare, do all these things for others. Or you could vote for the other guy who gave you a bribe, who, you know, gave you money, did stuff, so just bad things. Shouldn't be running for office anyway because he's a bad person, as it seems, with his bribes and whatnot. So you need to think about others. What will really help others in the outcome? And that goes on to the next step, actually. So the last step to making wise decisions would be to think of the future. How is this going to turn out in a few days, a few months? If you can think that far ahead, a few years even. Because decisions you make now could ultimately affect you for the rest of your life. I know that sounds so dire and fatal and oh my goodness. No, it's not that big a deal. I mean, at the same time, wise decisions now could seem foolish later, but you have to put it in perspective, because if you learn from it and if the outcome you feel goes for the greater good, then I'm thinking it's going to be a wise decision to make. I'll give you some examples because I know people probably be confused right now because even I'm a little, woo, okay. For me, going to college, I think that's a wise decision because I want to further my education. I want to learn more about my specific field, and I want that career because I know nothing about it now. A little. But I couldn't just run out into the streets and, oh, I'm a graphic designer, oh, and no. Because I don't know how to do this and that and such and this. And plus I need to build my portfolio and blah, blah, blah. So, for me, that's a wise decision because I know what I want, I know how to get there, so all I have to do is do it. Yep. And if you can do that, that's how you can make a wise decision. That's how I make them. Every day. So the answers, my dear viewers, would be to think about the consequences, think about others, and think about the future. Yeah. The last step to making a wise decision would be to think about